Hello there, and thanks for joining me once again. We're live here in the Brick Lane area of London, just on the edge of the city where we're heading towards now as I make my way home. And a few people would have joined me earlier today as I made my way to the area. I thought I would share my journey, at least back to the train station with you. And give you an insight into the Brick Lane area of London. If you're not familiar with it, and if you are familiar with it and want to see it today, well, now's your chance. Of course, a lot of people, I guess, will be watching this on replay once it gets posted online. So, welcome, wherever you are watching, and whenever you are watching. It's interesting to know who is joining us, so do let us know. I'd like to know where you're actually watching from. That's always good to know. Sounds like someone's motorbike is upset at the moment, as you can see just there on the end. But we'll ignore that and draw your attention to this part of the journey along the street. There we go. Of course, Brick Lane for tourists is known for the nightlife, but certainly when it comes to Indian food restaurants, curry houses, that sort of thing. We're just entering the part of the street that has plenty of those restaurants all lined up one after the other, as hopefully you can see in front of me from all the various neon lights and illuminated signs. It's quite busy down here for a Tuesday evening. It's been a really pleasant afternoon as well. The weather, it's been very cloudy, but still the sun has constantly broken through. And it's been really decent. So there's some of the restaurants on the other side of the street there. Always someone standing outside waiting to collar you and try and make sure that you eat in their establishment rather than the one next door. They're always actively outside trying to find their next, some would say, victims. But of course I think they'd be known as customers. Right. And here we are. There we go. Camera shy, but certainly not shy for plenty of the customers that are walking past, potential customers that are walking past. Oh, and is there a Turkish restaurant? I'm sure there is going to be one around here somewhere. Can't say that I know one specifically, but yeah. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to come off of this street. I'm going to go down this street. Why? Because it's a little known back area of the Brick Lane area. It might look boring at first, but just look at the architecture. And as you can see, even by the street light, looks like we've gone back to Victorian times. It's a great couple of streets here that I'm taking you down now, where it's ideal for shooting period dramas and that sort of thing. I'm glad I'm sharing this with you actually, because I've been down here many a time. It is a bit of a cut through if you don't want the main stretch of Brick Lane and you're in a little bit of a hurry. But there you are, you see, and as we approach the end of the street, you can see that this particular angle of the dangle, although people who are exiting the buildings look like they're more from 2016 than 1887, for example, or thereabouts. Certainly the actual street itself and the architecture you can see here is very interesting, shall we say. Yeah. A few of the buildings have been restored as well, like this one next to us. There you go, look at that. That's it in all its glamour there. Yeah, well, this is Princelet Street, as you can see there, and another, what would have been originally, that style of lamp would have been an oil lamp lighting the streets. And look, if I just take you onto another angle there, you can see that on this next street, again, it does look pretty much like we've gone back in a time machine. Even though, again, the building here restored and cleaned up. And then if we look on this side of the street as well, you can see even the sign for H. Huskin Limited is a very traditional, authentic one for general textile and trimming merchant. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was my little diversion there off of the Brick Lane area. I'm heading back to the city now because that's where the train station is that I need to use. And this street, by the way, that we're on, what is it? Wilkes Street. I guess if you really wanted to know that, you could look at the location that I'm at, because my location is currently on as we're live. Do tell me where you are watching from, always good to know. Again, here we are, as we're passing along the street here, I'll cross over to the other side just so you can get a glimpse of this little area here. And there it is. And then on the opposite side of the street there, the red brick building over there, is Spitalfields Market. Again, great tourist attraction, very busy on a Sunday. If you come into London, I do suggest that you visit Spitalfields Market on a market day. The shops are there all the time, but the market's only on at certain times and certain days. So yeah. So that's where I am right now. As you can see, plenty of people are taking advantage of the decent evening weather, and there's a pub there on the corner there called the 10 Bells, and yeah, I think you can see that. There it is there. Always busy outside.